Don't judge my hair. I'm gonna fix it. Ooh. Oh. Hey. I'm about to fix my hair. Don't judge my hair. I know it looks like a mess. Hey, King. So it is official. I can't talk about the actual performance because it hasn't been announced yet. But I do have a performance that is officially booked in Atlanta. I officially have a performance. No, I'm not. I'm really up early because I woke up and then I checked my email and I booked a performance in Atlanta, which I'm not going to tell you about because it's not like the actual event has not been announced yet. So they told me not to talk about it yet. But that's on the books. Atlanta. I'm good. How are you? I feel like my pores are starting to look, I can't really tell. I'm gonna have to go put it there. Yeah, I love Atlanta. I don't even think they knew who they was trying to talk about. I'm gonna put some on my forehead. Which really is only a little bit on my forehead. Anyway, yes, happy Friday though. It's technically Friday. It's technically Friday. Happy Friday. I'm gonna try not to call out from work or anything until April. Okay, because I have a lot of different stuff going on. I have a lot of different stuff going on in April, May, and June. Those are gonna be my big months. April, May, and June. How old am I? I am 26. That's how old I am. Hi. But I don't know why that matters, because what really matters, hey, El Paso. Make sure you join later on today when I'm on live, because the producer I work with, she's from El Paso. The producer and the executive producer is actually from El Paso. But the executive producer is not here. Should I put some oil in my hair? I don't know if I should, because I don't be wanting to overdo the oil. Whiskey! Hold on. Whiskey! That's a good question, Nate. Now you just really doing too much. Let me go ahead and remove you because that's not none of your business. What I'm mixed with. You not trying to be here for the music. You think this is a date nap. This is not where you choose the girl that you like and figure out what she got in her and how old she is. Let me see who does have the better mashed potatoes. Who do y'all think has the better mashed potatoes? Hi. I don't know. I don't know. Hey, Houston. Hey, I'm in Austin, so make sure you tap in. I was doing performances in Houston. Man, I had to stop. I had to stop coming to Houston. I had to stop. Every time, I'm not trying to talk about the city, man. I'm just being real with you. I'm just being real. Every time I would come to Houston, I would be upset about something. Every single time. And my last time I performed in Houston, well, I had a performance in Houston that I drove 2.5 hours for that I didn't even perform because they didn't have the setup right. I ended up having to just drive back. And I was just like, I'm never performing in Houston again unless it is like the CherelleK show and I'm able to like sell tickets just mainly off my name and nothing else. I can do like a full concert where it's gonna actually make money. Or I'm getting paid hella money. Because, bro, first of all, those rows, man. Them rows. Oh, I can't do it. I don't know, but I guess you walking with the devil doing all that talking. We don't do all that talking over here. We live life way after death over here because we're God's child. So I don't understand why you're coming to my page. Hi, Meadow. Who canceled on me last minute? Oh, no, they didn't cancel on me. I got there. So this was the deal. And I've done quite a bit of performances in Houston. And every single performance I've done, the actual performance, something was annoying. Like, for example, I was supposed to, and I actually got into it with the people about this. I was supposed to open up for Famous Dex. It was a scam. It was a scam. And it's called, I have to look at what it's called, but it was a scam. Basically, because I was the only girl there that was planning to perform, and I was like the last person to perform before Famous Dex came on. And the person who was working the venue, since I was the only girl, she was a girl there, so she decided to, have my back since we girl power. And she showed me the text messages with Famous Dex team, and there was literally no one in that performance building but me and the people that were going to perform and the people that were there with the people that were going to perform, right? And so this is just one highlighted. There's many more stories that I have where things just got annoying. So there was only me there, the people my dad that was with me, and then the people who were performing who they had with them. That's the only people that was there. And so she showed me texts with Famous Dex, first of all, who's really listening to Famous Dex anyway? That's when I learned, don't let no name of anything think that it's an opportunity. That's when I learned that. Like, I don't care who DMs, because I've had different D-list celebrities DMing me, and like, whoever DMs, whoever messages, whoever's doing whatever, don't let none of that starstruck you, because it's not an opportunity. It could be nothing at all. So his management team was texting her and was like, if there's not X amount of people here and you don't have X amount of dollars, we're not pulling up. And there obviously wasn't. Like, he was thinking this was Coachella. This was not a Coachella performance. This was a smaller venue. He never freaking came. Like, it was a whole scam. And the girl running it even told me, like, girl, it's a scam. Like, it's a scam. Like, girl, he's not gonna come. Like, they're just using his name to promote this. Like, he's not gonna come. And I was like, bro. And that's not just Houston's fault. That's not the city of Houston's fault. But that's like one, because it was a traveling fest. So that's one incident that really had me tight. Next one, I threw up at a performance in Houston. And I wasn't like nervous. I didn't throw up because I was nervous. It was a 420 festival, which I will never perform at 420 festivals again. I'm not a smoker. I've never been a smoker, even like hookah smoke. So me performing at a festival that's catered around smoke, I should have known it was not going to go well. But yeah, I just ended up throwing up on stage. There was just we were under this covered area. There was just too much smoke. It was just too much of everything. And I just did not like it. LOL. I don't even really listen to him. It's just, you know the name, and it's like you got a performance opportunity, bow, perform. And so, but it was a waste of time. But yeah, the last one that I had, so that weekend, I had a fashion show in Dallas, and then I had a fashion show in Houston. So, and I live in Austin. So how it went is the person who does my makeup, me and her, she came down. I think my performance in Dallas was a Friday, so it was a Friday. So she comes down Friday morning. Hair and makeup done Friday morning here in Austin. Then we drive to Dallas for the performance. Then we drive back to Austin. That's 2.5 hours, drive back, drive there. I didn't want to book a hotel. I like to sleep in my bed. I have dogs. If I can come home, I always will. Next day, Saturday morning, after I just drove to Dallas, performed, drove back, next day, gonna do the same thing with Houston with a fashion show. Drive to Houston, perform, drive back. Now, I'm not someone who is cool with the waiting time. I feel like my whole beginning of me trying to perform, it was all this waiting time. People at events wanted me to be there 5, 10, 15, 20 hours before the event or even starts, or before my performance even starts, just so it looks like there's a body there. And that completely has wasted my time, and I do not like it. I do not like it. I will never be there hours before my performance just to be at your event. I'm not going to do that, okay? That's wasting my time, and it's wasting my energy. So I made sure to ask the person that was throwing it, who I performed for before. I made sure to ask him, like, yo, what time am I going to perform? Because I'm traveling. And he told me, oh, like, you're going to probably perform at like 4:50. I get there at 4 o'clock. The event ain't even start yet. The event has not even started. I was supposed to go in the middle. The event has not even started. They ain't even done setting up. I sit there. I try to sit there for about 30 minutes. I was about to say 15. It was maybe 30 minutes. And so I'm looking around. Still ain't start. Everybody's sitting on the runway waiting for the event to start. Everybody yawning, about to go to sleep. Everybody's like, well, it was supposed to start at like 3 o'clock. Why has it not started yet? And then they sit up here and give me they want to give me a whole ass mic that's a headset mic. They don't have like a normal mic. And I'm like, so you didn't think to tell me that? Because I had a wig on. Like, and the way the wig was, that wasn't going to work. That was going to mess up my hair. I was like, yo, y'all didn't think to tell me that? Like, y'all just is going to do, this has been booked for months. And then they didn't even have my set list. And I sent my set list, and they confirmed that they got it. And when I got there, they didn't have it. And I left. No, I definitely am fucking with some artists in Houston. I definitely not fucking with, I guess you could say. I follow some Houston artists, and I met some really, really dope artists in Houston. But you got to be careful, because there's some people that's just trying to hustle. Like, there was some events, and I did some events with some people, some promoters, and they just like grimy hustlers, and they not really about nothing. And it could be overshadowed because they're doing extra promotion, and they're making events catered to this specific artist to blow her up or to do certain things, and it's really, really tacky. And I had to be careful because there is a lot of tacky people who are just grimy hustlers. And so I had to be very, very careful with who I even talk to when it pertains to music in Houston, because like I ain't like a few things that I saw with some promoters and how they treat people. I ain't like that. And the whole point of an artist is to eventually get paid. And when you're bullying someone and you're doing too much when they're paying you to perform at your event, I think it's tacky. I don't pay to perform anymore. I know that's how artists grow. When you first start performing, of course you're gonna pay to perform a little bit. You're not gonna get paid yet, but you gotta cut that shit off. And sometimes when you paying people to perform and you try to do something, people are not nice. People think that when you're paying them that you owe them something. When really, in reality, when you pay someone, they work for you, right? Okay. So, this is a lot of tacky stuff. Bro, and no one's talking about it sucks everywhere. Everyone knows it sucks everywhere. Fucker. Let me get off, because you just come in talking shit, not even knowing what the fuck going on, you small dick bastard. Like, bye. Hi, Trent. Hey, Kim. LOL. So, yeah. I'm from Louisiana. Well, first of all, I don't speak no evil, so bye. Like, what? Why would you even play? Why would you even play on social media with the devil like that? Like, why would you even play like that? Like, you're shortening your life doing that. I'm from Shreveport. I know. Kitty, what are you doing? What are you saying, oh my God, for? I know. Like, I know it's not like, oh, you're from Lafayette. Hey. Lafayette. Party. Well, make sure you tap in. Follow, subscribe, all the things. Yeah, and I don't even like them. Like, I went off on so many promoters. I don't even deal with it. That's why I don't do too much performing at clubs no more, and nighttime stuff, and nightlife and hip hop events. That's why I really go outside and do fashion shows and family festivals and things like that, because I ain't dealing with no promoter. I ain't dealing with no wannabe nothing. I ain't dealing with that. I went off on so many. And they be trying to manipulate, and I'm just like, what is the point of you? I'm my own promoter. Bye. So yeah, I'm not dealing with promoters. That's exactly why I do not. Yes, I did South by Southwest. Take it from me. Listen. My first year at South by Southwest, 2024. Half the performances were being paid for because everybody. Okay, let me start with this. South by Southwest, if you're not already a huge artist, if you're not already a Beyonce, a Big Ed's the Plug, I think he's performing a South by thing this year. If you have not already established a name for yourself, South by Southwest is a scam. Let me say that to you again, and people are not going to listen to me because you want to do what everybody else doing. South by Southwest is a scam. If you are not already a established artist, everybody wants you to pay. Everybody wants you to pay to perform. Everybody, even stars. I know, what's his name? Timberland. Timberland runs a scam during South by Southwest where he's like, win the chance to meet me and then win the chance for me to produce a song with you. But you have to submit all this money to him, and then with your song, and then he chooses you, and then if he chooses you, it's just weird. All of it's fucking weird. Okay, my first year, 2024 South by Southwest. I didn't really know what it was like. 2024 was my first year dropping my first single, Last Name Kozak, performing anything. I didn't know nothing. I just wanted to perform. I just have never performed my records. I've never done this. I just wanted to perform. So I was willing to do whatever it was. I had so many performances booked. Every single performance, but two, I was going to say one, but two were paid. My dad paid for them. The two that weren't paid for, I did for free. Right? No, Trent. Bye. That's what you want. Bye. So my thing is, you don't even get a full set. So they want you to pay them to perform. They'll give you like 10 minutes. They'll do like $150 for 10 minutes. $100 for three minutes. $300 and slots. They're always promoting a slot. Slot is quote for pay, right? And then those promoters that you're working with for all these performances, they are cool at first, and then they start getting all antsy because they ain't seeing that they ticket sales, and they ain't seeing this, and they ain't seeing that. Then they start becoming low-key rude, right? And then on top of that, for South by Southwest, there's so many artists who have in their mind South by Southwest is the way to get discovered. No, it's not. You got thousands and thousands of artists, not only in Austin, Texas, but everywhere, traveling, trying to book all these performances. You're diluted. You're not any more better than the last person that just performed. You were literally just there, filling space. DJs are rude on 6th Street in downtown. Normally the time I can walk down Shit Street or, Bitch Streets here in Austin, chat with DJs. DJs will play your record. DJs will fuck with you, play your record. You go during South by Southwest, all these artists are going all these places asking to play their songs, and DJs are actually rude as shit. Rude. They have all these performance promo. Oh, you can get this slot. You can get this slot where you do 10 minutes for $300. You do 10 minutes for $300, and then you can do an interview afterward with professional photos. That interview goes nowhere. And if it does go somewhere, it goes to an Instagram that has really no followers. I'm telling you, if you just want to get out there just to perform, South by Southwest is cool. But if you're really serious about, you got to cut out the noise. And that's something that I'm learning to do now. You have to cut out the noise of what people who don't really know think is a thing and think is your moment. No, you're really just wasting your time. And I told myself last year, when I did the runaround in 2025, when I did the runaround with some people, there's a few different situations that just triggered me last year about South by. First thing that triggered me was I got into it with a promoter. This promoter wanted me to do his fashion show. He said, let's do the fashion show. He gets on the phone with me and he starts talking down to me. He didn't even ask my name, how I was. And he just heard me a girl and he started talking down to me. So I started bucking back at his motherfucking ass. And so he's like, whoa, I didn't mean it. I did it. And I just hung up in his face. Fuck you. That was A. B, I was supposed to perform at a few different performances, and one specific, and they messaged me about submitting to perform again. It's like this breakfast something. I don't really remember what it was, but it's called this Big Breakfast South by or something performance. They played with me, had me join all this Discord group, were posting me on Instagram, doing all this stuff, and then a week out from South by, they sent me an email saying, I'm sorry, you did not get chosen to perform at da-da-da-da. You were posting me. You had me in this whole ass group message. What the heck are you talking about? I didn't get picked to perform. That's A. You don't need to be in here then. And then another thing that happened is when I went, I had one performance booked. And that same day that I had one performance booked for South by, I had a fashion show in San Antonio. I had a fashion show in San Antonio. So I had San Antonio fashion show, look, makeup. I was planning to come to Austin for performance, look, makeup, changed, right? Didn't happen that way, right? And so when I got there, the motherfuckers, they have my set that I sent that they confirmed that they had. And when that happened, I just was like, this is the last South by. What, Kitty? I said, this is the last South by that I'm doing. Kitty. Get down, dude. What are you doing? Yo, no, for real. When that happened, it's gatekeeping, and it's not just gatekeeping. It's just like everywhere is asking you to pay. Like, if you're not like a huge artist, if you're not like, I know Boosie daughter, she came down. Big as the plug, he always here. Like, if you're not a already established artist or you have a name behind you, you're paying to perform. It doesn't matter if you have 100K followers. If you're not known for real, you're paying to perform. And like, no one's taking you seriously. And that's the thing. It's like everyone is just like South by South. No. And then another thing that upset me. This is the last thing that upset me with South by. And this is what made me say to my mama, I'm never doing South by for music again. The only way I'm doing South by is if it's for film. Like, I will South by for film all day. But Cherelle doing music during South by is a heck no, because of this. I applied for the official festival. To apply to perform for the official South by Southwest Festival is $75. Now, a lot of events during South by that you see Big as the Plug or all these big artists or whatever perform at, not all of them are an official South by events. A lot of people book spaces, book clubs, book whatever, and they piggyback off the South by Southwest name and the event going on. Because South by Southwest is really all downtown Austin. And like, if you book a hotel, if you book a club that's right next to all the events that's happening, you're piggybacking off of South by Southwest. But none of them really are official South by events. The official South by Southwest performance event is $75 to apply, which is like, okay. They say they'll pay you, but they're going to pay you like $100 to $150. So when you subtract $75 from $150, did you really get paid? Probably not. So $75, you get a 40-minute set, right? You get a 40-minute set. And I'm not hating on nobody. I'm not hating on nobody. But there was a girl that I met. She's a sweet girl. I met her at a previous performance in February. It was a performance in February of last year. One of my best performances. I loved it. It was a Halloween. It was a Valentine's Day. It was great. Booked it. Sent my stuff. I saw she did too. Shorty has no music videos. She has maybe 500 followers on Instagram. She has one song. And I'm not hating on her. I'm just stating facts. Listen, I'm stating facts. I do more power to you. I'm just stating facts. One song on streaming services. No music videos. $500 followers. One song on streaming services. Shorty got picked for the official lineup of South by Southwest. I didn't get picked for the official lineup for South by Southwest. Expensive as me. And I'm not trying to say I'm just saying, I was like, what? And then I look and I read the caption. And then the caption, when you're reading it, saying, we just love how you're going to represent, Austin and LGBT. So you mean to tell me that you only picked that shorty? And I'm not hating. I promise y'all. I'm not hating if you're gay, whatever you are. More power to you. I'm with you. I'm not hating. I promise I'm not. But when we're talking about artists, gay, straight, whatever you are, and I'm seeing that you're most likely picked this artist because you're wanting her to represent a certain thing in Austin, I was really like, I ain't never doing this again. They're not doing it. And not trying to take from her, because she's a very sweet girl. She could rap this, that, and the fourth. But when you see an artist that has put in time, energy, money, aka me. You can look, I don't even have to prove that. You can look down my timeline. You can look at CherelleK.com, my website. You can look at my music videos to tell the quality of the camera. Right? And then you go to, and you pick somebody who ain't got none of that out. One song on streaming services. And that's why I was like, I'm fucking done with South by. I'm not doing South by ever, ever, ever again. Ever again. Ever, ever again. I was like, nah, they not right. They scamming people. They picking people for alternate agendas and not really what it is. You know what I'm saying? It just is not, it's not right. It's not right. And so after that, I was just like, no. And that's sometimes what you gotta do. That's just a testimony where, okay, I just booked me a gig in Atlanta where I'm gonna be getting paid very well. You know, not paying, and I've done with stuff with them, got paid very well with them the last time that I did something with them. So, I'm not supposed to be talking too much about it though, y'all. Shh, that's what we're talking about. But I will announce it soon when they tell me it's okay for me to announce it because they announce the dates. But yeah, it just, you really have to stop going with what your like people around you are saying. Oh, South by is this, ACL is this, and really just gravitate to what is for you. Everyone has a spot. Everyone has their own story. Everyone has their own thing. It does not have to be what everybody else is on. That's what makes you unique. That's actually what helps you grow. That helps you grow. Yeah, it is. It is. And I won't ever do it again. The only reason why I'll do it is for film. Even if I become Beyonce tomorrow, the only reason I will do it is if it's for film, because I don't like how that was done. I don't. And that's not fair. And there's a lot of that stuff was not fair that went down. A lot of that wasn't fair. And it wasn't cool. It wasn't cool. It's a mud mask. You're welcome. You're welcome. Oh my goodness, you're welcome. You're welcome. But yeah. Just gotta gravitate to what is for me. Just gotta gravitate for what, yes, homebody. Rap on someone named Daddy, do you really copy? All they about is really spotty. Do they really? Now I don't know the Lord. It seems like you the one that needs to find the Lord. Hey, Jamaica. Listen to the music. Kitty. Say hi to the people. Say hey. He's so cute. I love him. Mwah. I love him. Bro, don't even get me started on the cat jokes. Cause literally my whole family, you know, black people don't fuck with cats. And like I'm the only one in my family to have a cat. But he's sweet. I love him. Honestly, this is what I feel about the collabs. I know you like, this bitch got a story for everything. I do. LOL. I would be willing to work with, in honesty, I would be willing to work with anybody that's not an artist that's talking about sex and their ass all day and that isn't talking about gang banging in their music. I'd be willing to work with anybody. But my thing is, doing features with people is not fun. I've done so many features with people, and I haven't done any with huge celebrities. So I almost did one with Boosie. He wanted 12 grand. I was like, I ain't got that. So no Boosie feature. My thing is, with doing features with artists and doing songs with artists, the artist is never as serious as I am. I've not met one artist. Now, the person on my mixtape, he's more pop. So that's a different arena. Pop artists is not so much thought that goes into doing a record as hip hop. Hip hop rappers are a different vibe than pop singers. But hip hop rappers, I've tried so many different features with them, with different people. And a few things happen. They either do not promote the record to this potential. And I'm not saying putting $100 million on it. I'm saying take a couple $100 and just promo it. Try to find playlists. Try to submit it to different people for playlists. Try to find media promotion. Do something other than post on Instagram to the few followers you got that don't care that you got a new song out. Do something. They won't do that. They will want to do a collab. I send my verse. They don't ever put it out. They don't ever mix the track. I'll mix mine. They don't ever mix theirs. And it never gets done. And it just becomes a waste of my time. Those are the things that happen. And I just have not had a good experience with features. I have not had a good experience with them. My last one, I did 2, and they both crashed. First one, I did this song. I met him. Hey, Meta. I actually met this guy for this one song at South by my first year. That's how long this song been in the works. From Chicago, cool dude. He reminds me of people that I like, that I fuck with in Shreveport. Like the cool people that I was fucking with in Shreveport. And so, from Chicago, he sends me the song. The song's dope. The song was like a summer hit. I don't though. Remember that, King. I ain't bought no followers. I'm trying to say this without saying any names. Anyway, so he gets what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Hey, Meta. Okay, dope song. Gets song's some banger, right? Verse, I love the verse. The verse my verse is dope. The way it's mixed, dope. Playing about doing a music video all last year. All right, cool. I ain't tripping. It's your song. Playing about doing a music video. I send him a visual. He wants to do a collab visual. I send it to him playing. Fast forward. A couple months ago, I get on Instagram. He ain't messaged me nothing about this feature. I get on Instagram. I see dude has me and another artist who is out of nowhere, no followers. This is her first little song doing anything. She on the song now. He ain't messaged me. He ain't nothing. And he gonna post this video with us three and these videos and talking about where you think we should shoot the music video. Dallas, Atlanta, or Chicago. And I'm just like, am I supposed to entertain this? You ain't never told me you was putting another artist on there. You ain't never sent me this song with this new artist on there. You ain't never told me you was finna start promoting this. You ain't never done nothing. You ain't never told me you was dropping a song. You ain't never asked me about what should we do with music. You ain't never done nothing. You've been playing. And after that, I just was like him and then another artist. I think he was from the UK. Dope song. Mixed, everything's dope. Literally, he's talking about putting it out in November. And I'm like, okay, I messaged him in October asking if he's still putting it out in November. And he's like, no, like, I don't really have the money to really promote it, right? Like, so what I'm asking, like, can you put it out as your song? I was like, that happened in the same day with them 2 freaking artists. I said, yo, I ain't doing not nan one feature with not a single person because I write my own raps. There's no chat GPT. There's no, there's nothing. There's me. There's no one. There's no writer's room. There's no, let me call my boyfriend. There's no one. There's literally just me listening to a beat nonstop and writing. That's it. And I'm like, bro, the waste of time that I'm doing on these people who do not take their nothing seriously. Like, bye. So, yeah. To answer your question, I know that was a long story, but to answer your question about collab, I would like to collab with anybody who's not overly sexualizing themselves all day and isn't talking about gangbanging in their music. I would work with anybody. But I've not had good experiences with features. like that Beauty and the Beast track. That Beauty and the Beast track is so good. He did not promote it. He out taking pictures, being a groupie with Dave East and everybody. Dave East and they don't even know that that dude's a rapper. And that dude's a really good rapper. Whatever. It's like you put a piece of yourself in people's music and then they take it for granted because they don't really have the same, like they not really trying to really do something. They just trying to play, you know, and that's not the point of people who are trying to really make a name for themselves. And I don't know. I just, yeah, features. It's not good. LOL. LOL. I think you should do whatever makes you feel good, Mock. Mocky Mock. I'm about to get off, guys. Hey, Trickum. I'm about to get off. I'll be back on when I get to work. I done talked enough. I done talked about it all. I done talked about South by. I done talked about features. I done talked about it all. But yeah, I will be back on when I get to work in a few. So go listen to the music. I'll be back.